What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another how-to video. That's right, we're going to be making something today. I'm going to take this Tech Deck barrel kit and some lights and we're going to make one of these. So let's get started. Okay, so let's be real for a minute. This isn't nothing new. There's actually several people that have already converted these barrels into lighted barrels. And I honestly don't think there's any better way than non-better way. This is just my way. And I've seen some videos where they take these and they put what they're called tea lights in them, which work really, really good. But for me, I wanted more. Now, unfortunately, with more, it comes as a price. And the price is a battery pack. But I'm telling you, it actually looks a lot better doing it this way, in my opinion, especially for photography. But boom. I mean, I've got a full set of lights on, and this thing is bright. I mean, it's crazy bright. And that's due to the fact of the amount of LEDs in it, and that is 10 of them. So let's do a little bit of a rundown before we actually get started. So Target is where I found these. I haven't found them anywhere else yet, but they've got a lot of these little accessory kits. And I think this is like $5 at Target. This is the thing that I really, truly think everyone really needs to pay attention about, and that's these lights. These are an LED light kit. There's 10 LEDs in this string, and I'll show you here in a minute. But these are $1 at the Dollar Tree. Now, typically, I only see this during the holidays. So Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that's when you'll start seeing these. And every year, I will buy as many of these as I think I need, but you can get them in red, blue, white, I think even green. But yeah, they run off 2 AA batteries. I think they're AA's. Yep, they're AA's. And it's just, these are great. They're great for a lot of things. So again, we'll put the finished one there. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy opened up. The things that you'll need to do this project, I'm not going to say you necessarily need everything, but this is what I'm using. I'm actually going to be using a Dremel tool, and I'm going to be using this bit right there. It's like a little cutting bit. The one I made before, I actually used a stone bit, and I just bored through it. So I'm actually going to try this bit first on this one to see how well it works. Of course, you'll need the barrel. It comes in 2 pieces, which is good. Got the lighting effect right there. And you're going to need this light set. So let's get this opened up. And I stumbled across these from another YouTuber about a year ago, and ever since then, I've been picking these things up, and I don't use them. I haven't used a bunch of them, but I've used them, and it's for, like I said, for $1 a piece. I mean, how can you really go wrong for a buck for 10 LEDs? Now, I will say this. You could probably condense this down some, but again, for me, it's not that big of a deal. But here's the actual lights right here. Get this untangled. So yeah, there's the lights right there. So you get 10 of them, and that's the thing. We're using 10 of them, and when you're thinking about 10 lights in such a small container, I mean, what's this? I mean, find the switch. I mean, look at that. And I mean, I've got 3 studio lights and the overhead LEDs going, and you can see how bright that is. I mean, that's That's bright. So for now, what we're going to do, first things first, we need to figure out how we're going to orientate the can. Now, for me, I didn't want the tech deck showing on mine, so it's more to the right. I actually did like these dents in the front. So I'm thinking on this one, I'm actually going to use this as the front. The tech deck's going to be in the back. So there is a little bit of a problem, but it's not a major problem. It just takes a little longer to do it. You've got this little plug right here that you could actually drill out. But the way I did this one, I done it at the seam right here. So I just basically just run it right through the seam and rock and roll. So what I'm thinking about doing on this one is I'm going to go in through this hole right here, this little plug. So yeah, that's step number one. Now I got to double check some things, because for me to get these in here, I'm going to have to actually feed the wires through the hole. So I don't know. Tell you what, I'm going to get the camera angle flipped around, and we'll start dremeling this out and putting this thing together. All right, so let me get some stuff laid out here. I do apologize. This is going to be noisy, and yeah, but I want you guys to see the whole experience. Like I said, I haven't used this bit yet, but let's go ahead and get this turned on. Lowest speed for now is what I'm going for. So here we go. All right. All right, so basically in a nutshell, once you pierce the actual plug right there, we're just going to do some small circular motions. A little bit more. All right. That may be big enough. So let's look and see. No, it is not. A little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it all the way to the edge. A little bit more. All right. That could be all we need right there. So there's the hole. Let me find my end. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. All right, so now basically, if you do it on the edge, this part's a lot easier. But I wanted to try this going through this hole. And because of these wires, I think I'm going to have to make this a tad bit bigger. Yes, I will. Not a problem, because this is going to be the back, so it's not that big of a deal. But try, basically you're going to go a little bit, test, go a little bit, test some more. So a little bit bigger. Actually, I think I'm going to, let me look here real quick. I may change my bit. Let me see if I can actually find my other bit. I may use this one here in a minute. The cutting bit works great. Nothing wrong with the cutting bit. But I was thinking I had more of a pyramid shaped stone bit. And I was using it the other day. I think I might have actually used it up, because I'm not seeing it right off the top of my head. So, yep, I used it up. That's what I had on my list to pick up. But we can still do it with the cutting bit. Actually, the cutting bit is doing a really good job. There we go. We check the inside here. Knock off some of these little burrs. Oh yeah, we're getting there. A little bit more. All right. Let's double check this. Where's my end? There it is. All right. Put that in. Will that one fit in there? Oh, there we go. All right. So we got it now. All right. So we're going to start feeding the wires in. And I think at the end of the day, this is something that overall, I think you're going to just have a better overall effect. All right. Let's get that one pulled through. We're almost done. And then the real fun starts. The real fun starts here in just a moment. All right, last one right there. All right, so we got the last one in. And the last one is actually sort of an important one because this is going to be your anchor. So first thing I want to do now is I want to check the actual effect right here. Look at the actual LEDs. And I basically am using this line right here as the top reference for the LED light. All right, here we go. This is where the fun starts. So you will need a hot glue gun. You can use super glue. You could actually use tape. I prefer hot glue myself, but you can use pretty much anything you want to use. All right, so first things first, we're going to get a bead of glue. Let me see if I got this feeding through. There we go. Just basically just a little dollop's all you're going to need. Just like that. And just take the light, get it straightened up, and flop it down on there like that. And just try to make it as straight as possible as you're doing it. Let the glue set up and dry. And this is going to be a process that we're just going to repeat. We're going to repeat it all the way around the barrels. And I will say this, if you come in from the sides, this part is easier. All right, so once we got the actual first one, now it becomes like an assembly line. And like I said, this is going to be interesting. So basically, in a nutshell, you got 10 lights, 5 per side. So we know we're going to add 2 more on this side. And so let's go ahead and get some glue going. I'm going to spin this around this way. So what I'm going to do, I lost my glue stick. My glue stick fell out. It's a good thing I got another one. Right there. Boom. There we go. All right, here we go. So a little dollop right there. A little bit more. Get our light and set it in place. And just let it set up like so. Try to give you guys the best possible angle I can. All right, we're getting there. And while that's actually setting up, I'm going to go ahead and put another little dollop right there and get the next one ready, which is right here. And we're going to get that one in place. So now we've got the first 3. And again, if you come in from the sides, it's not, you can actually lay the cans down a little bit easier. Let me slide this forward just a little bit more for you. Let me adjust this, give you a better angle. There we go. And you don't, honestly, the glue you're putting right here is more than enough. But now you got to be thinking over here, because we're going to just start, we're just following the line. So now we're going to come into this side, and we're going to put a dollop of glue right there on the edge, like so. Get this light, get it in there, get it pressed into place like so, like that. And as you can see, that's the beauty of this line in the barrel. It actually just makes this whole process so much easier. So much easier. This is the most tedious part, is just waiting on the actual glue to set up enough where you can move on. All right, so there's that one. And then we'll put another dollop right here. Get this next light. Get it in place. Get it squished down like so. Slide that over just a hair. And again, you're doing 5 lights per side. And that's another thing I like about these lights, is since there's 10 of them, it's an even number. You can actually make this project simple math. So there's not a lot of thought involved in it as far as figuring out spacings. You know, if you're doing 5 per side, you're going to have 1 directly in the middle, and then you're going to have 2 on each side of it. And it doesn't have to be perfect calculations at all. All right, there we go. So we're going to get this other one. And as you can see, this project, it doesn't, I mean, you're not spending a tremendous amount of time laying this out or anything. These barrels actually make it relatively simple to figure out and do. Right there. So we've got 4 in place, 1 more right here on the edge. And this side of the barrel will be done. Right there. And pop that one in place. Like so. There we go. Boom, shaka, laka. A little bit more. Now the fun part is going to be putting the other 2 on the other side. That's going to be probably the trickiest part of the equation that I have not actually done yet. So we're doing this together. There we go. Boom. All right, so now we got to take these 2 lights and bring them over to here, which we got our barrel ready. Just get a dollop of glue. Now I am going to put a little extra on this side because there will be some tension on this one, a little bit more, because we're actually coming across the actual barrel here. But there you go. You can actually see that setup right there. And let this get seated into place. We are almost done. We're almost done with the gluing. Right there. Last one. Last one is going into place. Yes. I love making these little projects. They're so much fun to do. So yeah, I dig doing these. All right, there we go. I got her straightened up now. There we go. I'm telling you, this is so simple. And I think you're really going to love the results of this more than putting a small tea light in it, because there's the actual completed setup right there. Again, the beauty of it is, since you're using hot glue, if for some strange reason you decide you're, don't want to do this no more, just pull the hot glue out. You're done. As far as the wires go, just tuck them right in like so. Tuck these in. They rest perfectly in here. We'll take our fire effect and put that in place right there. And get this all seated into place. Voila, right there. You now have a completed fire effect barrel. Next step, we need to put some batteries in it. And I'm trying to remember how these boxes actually opened up. It's been a hot minute since I messed with these boxes. Ah, it needs a screw. So I tell you what, let me get my screwdriver, unscrew this, and I will be right back. All right, I got the screw out, got batteries in, but I wanted to show you once again with all the lights on. I wanted to show you just how bright this actually was. So let's do a rewind. So we got the Tech Deck barrel kit. I think it's like $5 at Target. We've got a lighting pack with 10 LEDs from Dollar Tree for $1, and a couple of AA batteries, and here we go. Boom. Look at this. Here's the actual other one, because I wanted to show you the differences. So there's this one. Boom. So look how bright these actually are. And like I said, I will set these up with a little bit lower of light so you guys can see it. But what I wanted to show you was the two different ways of doing this. So this one right here, we bored out this plug right here. This one, what I did with this one is I put a hole here on the two halves. Now, the advantages of doing it this way are this. Let me see if I can get this open. When you're doing the actual layout, you start here, work your way across, hop over, work your way across, voila, boom, 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 boom. Everything fits in nice and snug. You got your hole right there, and you put it all back together. Let me get this wire out of the way. Find my little hole right there, and voila. Let me get that up. And what I'm showing you here, this is probably the bad part about doing it where this seam meets, is you got to be careful when you put it together. It's not to pinch the wires. But the limitation of this is the barrel. Like, personally, I don't like this Tech Deck. So by doing it this way, the Tech Deck's over here, and if I rotate the barrel, the wire can come out on the side. So you're pretty much stuck with this or a slightly angled product like that. And there's what it looks like without the effect. Boom. And you could also put a little, if you wanted to be really crazy creative with this, spray the inside of this barrel with some like aluminum metallic paint. That'll make it reflective, and that will increase the lighting in here substantially. That's what I'm going to do on my next one. But I was going to do it on this one, but I couldn't find any more of these barrels. But let's move on. Now, the reason why I chose to do this is because I wanted this Tech Deck on the back. This dent's really cool. I like it, but we have dents here and dents here. And if you notice, if I rotate here, the tech deck is right here, so you can still have some fun here, and you can stand this off. But anyway, guys, let me get the camera flipped back up, and we'll talk about this a little bit more. But for now, I think I'm going to actually let you see what these look like a little bit darker of environment. So let me set that up, and I will be right back. All right, so I still had my Cobra Kai pops set up in my Extreme Sets diorama. So I thought, hey, let me just throw them in just to sort of see what it looks like. And to give you an idea, I have one light on right now in the room. So, but look at the brightness as I move in front of this light. I mean, this thing is insanely bright. So if I move out of the light, you can still see how bright these LEDs are. But I mean, right here, look at that. And I like how it lights around at the down below the rim of the flame. That gives the barrel a whole nother look. But guys, you can't get this kind of lighting out of a tea light. A single LED tea light, you just can't do it. I mean, this is vibrant lighting. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about it, but I think this looks pretty cool. And as you can see, it lights up the pops good. There's no other light on them right now because I'm actually standing in front of the light. But even with the studio light on, it still puts out a lot of light. But one more time, I mean, that just looks wicked cool. So tell you what, guys, let me head back over to the bench, and we'll do our final thoughts on this little project. Well, you know what? I dig this little project. This is things like this to me are so much fun to do. But I do want to address one thing that I know people are going to be like saying, "Yo, Greg, what about the wire? What about the battery pack?" You're absolutely right. It does have a wire and it does have a battery pack. But here's the thing. If you position this properly, and I'm saying position it properly, you can hide the battery pack. So, I mean, it's a trade-off, right? It's a trade-off. A little bit of creativity on how you set up the photo, we can hide this. I mean, there could be a wall right here. You know, I mean, you could tuck the wire up underneath like this. I mean, the Extreme Sets diodes, you can put the battery pack behind, run it up underneath. You've got a good solid, probably 8 inches of wire right there. But it does make you have to be creative in your thought processes. If you go with the battery powered tea lights, it's self-contained. You just pop it open, turn it on, put it together. You got a barrel goes everywhere. But I tell you this, you will not get this kind of power. You've seen it over there a while ago. This is legitimate lighting right here. It's just amazing. So to me, it's worth the trade-off. But let me know in the comments what you think. Again, this isn't nothing new. A lot of people have done this. I just think having 10 lights, is so much better than having 1 or 2. But yeah, there we go. One more time. Let's check them out. Turn them on. Boom. Get them right here. Voila. Lighted barrels right there. Tech deck lighted barrels. 10 LEDs. All for less than $6 after taxes. $7. And you could have an actual LED lighted barrel for your photos. But that's it for this how-to video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you've done this, I'd be curious to hear how you did it, because there's all kinds of different ways to doing it. For me, I wanted more light. I wanted this to be just elevated. And that's why I chose to use the red lights. I was going to use white. Then I thought, well, let's just add red, which will give accent to the orange. But I'm curious to see if you've done this, how you did it. So definitely let me know in the comments. If this is your first time to my channel, please make sure and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you got notifications turned on. That way you'll know when I drop videos. And always remember, toys and the accessories we can make refresh your soul. And I'll see you next time.